Have you ever woken up and realized something was missing? Not your alarm clock, not your phone, but that morning boost, your usual morning erection. And then you probably wondered, wait, is this a sign of something wrong? Is it just a random thing? Should I be worried about this? Today, we're going to talk openly and honestly about this topic that many men think about, but few actually talk about. The truth is, the presence or absence of morning erections can tell us more about your overall health than you might think. First, let's clear up one of the biggest myths out there. A lot of people believe that morning erections happen simply because of a full bladder. You've probably heard this before. You wake up hard because you need to pee. But that's actually not how it works. Morning erections aren't about your bladder. They're about your blood vessels. Let me explain. Erections are actually a vascular event. That means they depend almost entirely on your blood flow. Inside your penis, there are two sponge-like chambers called the corpora cavernosa. When you're aroused, or even when you're not, during sleep, your brain and hormones signal blood to rush into these chambers. As they fill up, they swell and trap the blood inside by compressing the veins that normally drain it. That's what creates and maintains the erection. Now, here's something most people don't know. Men typically have between 4 and 5 erections every night without even realizing it. These spontaneous erections usually happen during REM sleep, the deepest stage of your sleep cycle. REM stands for rapid eye movement, and it's when your brain is most active, almost like it's awake, even though you're still asleep. During REM, your body experiences hormonal and neurological changes, two of which are crucial for erections. A spike in testosterone and a surge of nitric oxide, which is a powerful vasodilator. Basically, it relaxes the blood vessels so blood can flow more freely. That's the biological setup for these nighttime erections. And guess what? The reason you wake up with an erection in the morning is often simply because you happen to wake up during one of these REM cycles. It's not magic. It's just science. Now, if you're thinking, okay, so what if my body isn't doing that anymore? Is there something I can do to bring it back? You're not alone. Thousands of men are quietly dealing with the same concern. And the good news is there's a simple, all-natural way to help your body restore that function. It's based on a surprising discovery about how to reactivate something scientists call the manhood molecule, which directly impacts how quickly blood flows where it needs to go, especially during the night. It only takes 7 seconds, and you can do it right at home. If you want to check it out, just point your phone's camera at the QR code on your screen, or tap the link pinned in the comments below. It's completely natural, doesn't require pills or prescriptions, and it's already helping over 60,000 men wake up with morning erections like clockwork again. Alright, now that we know how the body's supposed to work, let's talk about what happens when it doesn't. Let's go over the 4 most common reasons your morning erections might be fading away. The first major cause is low testosterone levels. Testosterone is the primary male sex hormone, and it's absolutely vital, not just for your sex drive, but for your ability to achieve and maintain erections, especially those that happen during sleep. As men get older, it's normal for testosterone levels to decline gradually. But in some cases, that drop can be more significant, and that's when problems can start to appear, like the loss of morning erections. So why does this happen? Sometimes it's due to testicular failure, which means the testicles aren't producing enough testosterone anymore. Other times, the issue starts higher up, in the pituitary gland, a small structure in your brain that sends hormonal signals to your testicles, telling them to make testosterone. If either of these systems is off balance, your testosterone drops, and with it, those spontaneous nighttime erections start to fade away. And the thing is, you might not notice this right away. You may still feel normal in other areas of your life, but your body is giving you early signals. And the disappearance of your morning erections might be one of them. The second major cause behind the loss of morning erections is something that often goes overlooked: cardiovascular health. Remember how we said erections are a vascular event? That means they rely completely on healthy blood flow. So, if your heart or blood vessels aren't working properly, your erections, especially the automatic ones during sleep, can start to disappear. Conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, high cholesterol, and smoking all affect your circulation. They can damage the lining of your blood vessels, restrict blood flow, and make it harder for your body to direct blood into the penis during REM sleep. In fact, some doctors consider erectile dysfunction, especially the loss of spontaneous erections, an early warning sign of heart disease. Let that sink in. Your body could be trying to tell you that something deeper is going on with your cardiovascular system. And because nighttime erections are automatic, they're a sensitive marker for how well your vascular system is functioning, even before you notice any other symptoms. That's why if you've noticed a consistent change, it might be a good idea to have your heart and circulation checked, not just your testosterone levels. The third major cause is something that almost everyone struggles with at some point: poor sleep quality. As we talked about earlier, most nighttime erections happen during REM sleep. That's the deep, restorative part of your sleep cycle when your body produces more testosterone and releases nitric oxide, both essential for spontaneous erections. But if you're not sleeping well or not sleeping enough, you might not be reaching those REM stages regularly. And without that, your body can't trigger those natural nighttime erections. Let me give you an example. Think about a new dad. He's got a baby waking him up every couple of hours. He's exhausted. He's not sleeping in long, uninterrupted blocks. And even when he does sleep, his brain is on high alert. That kind of interrupted sleep is a REM killer. And when REM sleep goes down, so do testosterone levels, nitric oxide release, and, yes, morning erections. Even people without kids can fall into this trap. If you're working late nights, stressed out, scrolling through your phone until 2 a.m., or drinking caffeine too late in the day, you're probably disrupting your sleep cycles more than you realize. The result? Less REM sleep, less testosterone, fewer spontaneous erections, and you might start to think something's wrong, when really, it's just your body begging for real rest. And finally, the fourth big factor: stress and anxiety. We live in a world where being constantly overwhelmed has almost become normal. Deadlines, bills, social pressure, work overload, it all builds up. And your body responds to that stress by releasing cortisol and adrenaline. Now, here's the problem. Both of those hormones are natural enemies of healthy sleep and healthy erections. Cortisol, in high levels, can interfere with testosterone production. Adrenaline keeps your body in a constant fight-or-flight mode, which isn't exactly ideal when you're trying to rest and regenerate. And when your brain stays wired like that, especially at night, it becomes much harder to fall into deep REM sleep. And we already know what happens when REM sleep is disrupted: fewer erections during the night and fewer in the morning. Stress also impacts your mental state, making it harder to feel relaxed, confident, or sexually responsive. It creates a cycle. Stress ruins your sleep, which ruins your erections, which increases your stress. And round it goes. That's why taking care of your mental health is just as important as taking care of your physical health when it comes to sexual function. So, what does all of this mean? It means that losing your morning erection isn't automatically a reason to panic. It could be a one-off thing, a rough night's sleep, a stressful week at work, or just a temporary hormonal dip. That's completely normal. But if you've noticed a consistent pattern, day after day, week after week, it might be your body's way of telling you to check in. Ask yourself, how's my sleep? Am I under more stress than usual? Have I been exercising? How's my diet and overall health? Am I still feeling desire and energy in other parts of my life? Morning erections are like a vital sign, not the only one, but one worth paying attention to. They can reflect what's going on with your hormones, your heart, your sleep, and even your emotional health. So don't ignore it, but don't obsess over it either. Give the problem the weight it deserves. Not more, not less. And if something doesn't feel right, reach out to a qualified health professional. Your body talks to you. The real power is in learning how to listen. Thanks for being here and for having the courage to understand your health a little deeper. If this video helped you, share it with someone who might need it too. Take care of yourself and your sleep.